Good morning, guys. It's Jenny from Metamorphit, and welcome to my Come to Friday Jesus vlog. I'm sitting in my car at the Starbucks waiting for my friend Denise from Run DMT, and we are going to drive over again together today to Social Fresh, the social media conference that that I attended yesterday, and then again we'll attend today. It's been pretty interesting. I've been learning a lot of stuff, but I want to talk to you today about kind of like coming out of the closet, so to speak. April is Autism Awareness Month, and for the longest time I did not disclose to anyone outside of my immediate circle and a few select friends on the internet that have children with similar diagnoses, that my son in fact is autistic, and he has a condition called PDD-NOS, which is a pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, and according to the autism criteria that they use, there's 5 different forms of autism, and PDD is one of them. And so Ronan is a very special little dude, and he's unique, and he's funny, and he's loving, and he's challenging, and he's temperamental, and he's moody, and he gives the biggest hugs and the sloppiest kisses, and he is just my son, and I love him so much. And I often will be out with him in the store, or on a walk or football practice, and he'll have one of his little fits that he sometimes has. And because kids with autism, they look just like any other kid, people don't often understand that there's something going on up here, and they look to you as the parent as being a shitty parent. Like, lady, what's the matter with you? Get your kid under control. And I've never had someone say anything to me, thank goodness, because I don't know what I would do if someone questioned my parenting that didn't know me. And frankly, even if they did know me and they questioned my parenting, sorry, my Laps for Logan Running for Ronan event just popped up on my iPad, so let me close that off. I don't know how I would respond. But most people that know me know that my son has some special needs, and so I don't think they'd question my parenting. But, I often do wish that people, when they're seeing these kinds of things happening, would be a little bit more understanding, and instead of shooting, the family dirty looks, or, because you can just see people's minds working a little bit. And, now that we have Matthew, and Matthew comes a lot with us, and he's got to wear, his vest, and his vest says, Autism Service Dog on it, it's making it a little bit more clear that something's going on. And again, since I've kind of come out of the closet, I've been letting more people know. I've been more vocal that, Ronan has some issues, and if something happens and he's under your watch and he's under your care, and I'm in the vicinity but you can't find me because, like, for example, last week, I think it was last week, for football, because we've tried a lot of different sports with Ro. We tried gymnastics a couple times. He doesn't do well with sitting and waiting a turn. We tried t-ball. Again, there wasn't enough activity. He couldn't move enough. And so we decided to try football because, there's a lot of movement, and he can run around a lot. And he did really well in the beginning. He had a coach that I spoke with at great length about, ways to interact with Ronan and ways to get him involved. And, they did well. Well, it turned out that they had mismanaged, not mismanaged isn't the right word, that they didn't put the teams together properly, and so they had to split them up again. And so Ronan and Ella, they ended up on the same team again, with a new coach. And kids with autism often don't like change. And so Ronan didn't particularly like the idea of being moved to a new team. Didn't particularly bond well with the new coaches. And then much to my dismay, I find out later that when they moved him, the old coach didn't let them know any of the issues that were going on. I figured that would have been just kind of standard. And shame on me for not following up. So last week or the week before at practice, I was with Haley's squad because we had a parent cheer meeting. And so we were there on the field, but, far away from football. And I usually stay with Ronan for practice. And I guess Ronan, something happened. He ended up, having a fit. And he curled up into his Tucker Turtle position, which is basically like, on the ground with his head down, almost like an ostrich burying himself in the sand. And he was screaming at the coaches, why do you hate me? And I mean, just, things. And they didn't know, they just thought he was, a boy having an inappropriate tantrum. And so they come running over, one of the team moms comes running over to find me. And I can tell she's frantic. And Ronan's behind her with the look on his face. And, she's starting to get with me like, later, and I'm like, hey, are you guys not aware that, and I'm not making an excuse for his condition at all, but you have to treat these kids a little bit differently. You have not treat them, you have to respond to their needs a little bit differently than you would your average child. And so I said, did you guys not be made aware that, Ronan's autistic and he has, some special needs? And she said, no, we didn't know that. Because she came up saying, he's not going to be allowed to go back and practice anymore. No, he's not this, he's not that, he's not this, he's not that. I'm like, whoa, chill out, back off a little bit. And once I explained to her, what was up, I mean, she was very, very apologetic. She watched how I interacted with Ronan, because I get down right on Ronan's level. I get on my knees. I ask him to give me your eyes, so that he looks at me. He makes eye contact with me. If he drops that eye contact, I'm back. Give me your eyes. I need to make sure he's listening to me. He's following and he's paying attention. And then I give him choices. I've learned a lot of things about parenting a special needs child over the, 5 years that Ronan's been, having issues, because I knew early, like about 15 months, that something was up. Okay, so this is running really long. Anyways, April is Autism Awareness Month. I've picked April to come out of the closet and share my story about raising an autistic child. Tomorrow is Saturday, and we are going to the Autism Speaks Tampa Bay walk with my friend Kim and her son Logan, who is also autistic. We have fundraised enough money to have team shirts made that say Laps for Logan, Running for Ronan. We have a tent. We're going to get pulled up on stage. The boys are going to get a medal. I mean, it's a big deal. And I'm super, super proud of Kim for, giving me the confidence to kind of come forward a little bit. And just, put my story out there. And then I talked to JetBlue yesterday and told them the story about Ronan, because he got pulled into the cockpit on our way back from the Today Show, and he got to talk on the microphone, and he goes, "Free snacks!" on the mic. It was so cute. So JetBlue and I started a conversation, and they have an autism program with kids where they can come on into the airport and come onto the plane if they're, to get over, because again, autistic kids have issues with change and a disruption of routine. And so if they're new to traveling, or even if they're not new to traveling, but just, to get familiar with the plane beforehand. And so, JetBlue and I, and hopefully Kim as well, we're going to try to work together to bring the program to Tampa. And, it's just awesome. Awesome. Get it? Awesome. So, April, do what you can, guys. And if you see a parent struggling in the store, don't shoot them a dirty look, because you don't know. You don't know their situation. You don't know what's going on with their kid. You don't know what's going on in their life. All right, so cut some people some slack. It takes a village, all right? It takes a village. So that's all I got for today. I hope you have a great, fantastic Friday, a great, fantastic weekend, and be awesome. Peace. Peace.